Truth and Transcendence, brought to you by Being Space with Catherine Llewellyn. Truth and Transcendence, episode 193. So last time we talked about deep, deep love and the holiday period and the Christmas period being a perfect opportunity to really dive deep into that and really consider how can we fully open to and foster and nourish our connection with universal love, self-love, and love to and for and with and from others. And I wonder if you have an opportunity in the past week to actually look at that in your own life and look to see what could you be setting up so that when you come to whatever celebrations you're having over the holiday period, the Christmas period, you are really welcoming people in to a loving space. You are creating space for yourself. You are activating whatever activations and practices and behaviors and experiences best support you and those you love to have a really deep, expanded, spiritual, personal experience of love and connection with love. And as I sit here talking to you, this is the final solo nugget episode of 2024. The next one will be in 2 weeks' time. So there's going to be a 2-week break. There's a guest episode this Friday, and then the guest episode will be about 2 weeks after that. So there's a clear 2 weeks of no Truth and Transcendence episodes. And usually I keep going all the way through. I record them earlier and pre-schedule them, but the episodes air all the way through. But this year, I felt like it was really important to have a break. And I think for me, that's because part of what's required to really connect with that deep love experience is space, stillness, silence. If you heard the wonderful episode with Enzo Dalverme recently, where he talks about the silence, he's looking for the silence. He's a photographer, portrait photographer. And as he's photographing people, he's looking for the silence in the middle of that relationship between him and his camera and the person being photographed. And that's where he finds the truth and the authenticity in that dynamic. Beautiful, beautiful thought. And I think that's true for us as well. In order for us to really connect with the inner spirit of truth and love, we need that space, we need that silence. Now, I know that Truth and Transcendence, whether that is airing or not during the period, is not going to make a fundamental difference to what happens in your life. At least I assume it doesn't. However, I felt like I wanted to stand for this year. So in amongst all the things that you're doing over the period, are you building in plenty of space? Are you building in silence and peace? Are you building in opportunities to connect with the universal love, the universal presence of truth and spirit, whatever you call it, whatever you think God is? Are you making space for that, to connect with that, to honor that, to receive that, and to know it as it exists within you, and to love that within you, and to love all the manifestations of yourself as they are, as they have been, and as they will be, and as they may be, and as they could be? Are you making space for that? And are you allowing yourself to recognize the deep, fundamental, necessary, and inevitable connection between that spirit within you and the great spirit that surrounds and holds us all? And are you allowing yourself to experience how that connects and resonates with each and every spirit of every other individual that you meet? Be that a human being, a feline being, a canine being, an aviary being, birds, or whatever it might be called, a piscine being, if it's a fish, I am going a bit mad now because it's coming up to the Christmas period. So, and I suppose as well, I get very blissed out when I'm talking about love, because there's something a bit mad and glorious about deep, deep love. There's something that goes beyond our human ideas of what's right and proper and sensible and appropriate. It goes into a different realm altogether, and it does not care. Anyone who's read Hafiz will know Hafiz has no respect for being, sensible and proper. And yet the deep, deep love that comes through all of his work is just phenomenal. So if nothing else, over this period, if you can't think of anything else to do, dig out some Hafiz poems. And the one I heartily recommend, if you haven't really read it, is called Sweet Crushed Angel. And I defy you to read that without bursting into tears. I find it difficult. I've read it so many times to myself and to groups. It's a beautiful, beautiful poem. And in fact, I'm going to dig it out right now and read it to you. So Hafiz's beautiful poem, My Sweet Crushed Angel. You have not danced so badly, my dear, trying to hold hands with the beautiful one. You have waltzed with great style, my sweet crushed angel, to have ever neared God's heart at all. Our partner is notoriously difficult to follow, and even his best musicians are not always easy to hear. So what if the music has stopped for a while? So what if the price of admission to the divine is out of reach tonight? So what, my dear, if you do not have the ante to gamble for real love? The mind and the body are famous for holding the heart ransom, but Hafiz knows the beloved's eternal habits. Have patience, for he will not be able to resist your longing for long. You have not danced so badly, my dear, trying to kiss the beautiful one. You have actually waltzed with tremendous style. Oh, my sweet crushed angel. So I wish you a beautiful holiday period filled with love. Love with the Great Spirit, love of yourself and everything about you, and love to, for, and with others around you. And I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting the show.
Thank you for listening to Truth and Transcendence, and thank you for supporting the show by rating, reviewing, subscribing, buying me a coffee, and telling a friend. If you'd like to know more about my work, you can find out about transformational coaching, Pellower, and the Freedom of Spirit workshop on beingspace.world. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.